Welcome to today's episode of Taekwondo Life Magazine Live. My name is Marc Zirogiannis. I'm your host. I'm a third Dan black belt, and I'm the editor-in-chief of Taekwondo Life Magazine. Taekwondo Life Magazine is a member of the Believe Network. Do you believe? Today, we are talking about the press release that just came out in my hand, the Pathway to Paris 2024 Taekwondo Qualification System Explained. It's very, very voluminous. We're not going to have time to go through everything, but I do want to give you a little bit of an overview. Today's episode is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is your online sportsbook experts. Our partners at BetOnline continue to be the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all of the latest odds, news, and sports developments, including this year's Wimbledon finals, the Major League Baseball playoffs, the latest fighting news, and even early odds on this year's early NFL futures. Your call to action is we're going to head over to, on your mobile device or your laptop, to betonline.ag. You put in that promo code BLEAV, B-L-E-A-V. I'm going to put the link in the show notes, and you get your 50% welcome bonus. You should have done this by now if you're a fan of the show. It's crazy not to. I've done it. Everybody I know has done it. You should have done it too. Okay. So, as we know, Taekwondo is going to be it was confirmed, we talked about it on this show, for Paris 2024 and for Los Angeles 2028. There will be 128 Taekwondo athletes that will be participating in these games. So you will have an opportunity. That's the same number that appeared in the Beijing Games in 2008. The Tokyo Games, very unusual. We had a tremendous diversity of winners, very unusual. While Korea did extremely well in the gold category, in all the other categories, it was very, very diverse. Paris will be the home country, so Paris is guaranteed certain number of slots from the 128, of which there are 8, and 120 are basically up for grabs, 64 and 64. So the 120 will get allocated and divided among the National Olympic Committees of the various countries, of which the most that any one jurisdiction can get is 8. United States, the most we can get is 8 for men and 4 women. You cannot get more than that. There's 120. You couldn't get 120 in the United States. Of course, it gets divided up. Now, keep in mind, there are 212, 213 jurisdictions, which potentially means each of those might have 8. So you're talking about 1,600 potential athletes, of which there's only 120 spots. That gives you an idea of how competitive this is. So to be eligible, the first thing that we have to do is cut this down, is you got to be a Kukkiwan Dan certificate holder, and you got to have a global athletic license from WT. Now, I do recollect, and we talked about it in one of the prior shows, that ITF, there is a pathways due to an agreement. It doesn't specifically say here. I don't have all of that information, but if you were an ITF person and you wanted to get involved in this, I would suggest you go to your organization and see what they have. There are requirements here, and those requirements are for your qualifications that they take place between June, which is now, and May of 2024. So over the course of 2 years, leading up to the games, which would be July and August. So that gives you an idea, very similar to the past. Number 1, athletes must be medal winners at any competitions enlisted on the WT event calendar. Very simple. Or they must be ranked from 1 to 20 at least once in the WT world ranking during the qualification period. Again, if you were ranked in May of 2022, it's not relevant. It's, are you in June or forward? You must have advanced to the round of 16 or higher at the 2022 or 2023 World Taekwondo Championships, or you must have advanced to the quarterfinals or higher at the Continental Taekwondo Championships, or you must be the winner of your National Taekwondo Championships. So for this year, for the United States, for Salt Lake City, that's a qualifying event. 2022 U.S. champion in this category will have the opportunity to potentially have the pathways to the Olympics. So remember, they will be distributed in 5 ways: through the host country, through Olympic ranking, through Grand Slam, and continental qualifications. Okay. Remember, the host country gets a total of 8. How they divide those up is different. 40 is going to be through ranking, 20 men and 20 women. 8 athletes will be through the Grand Slam series. Taking place after December 2023. 5 will take place, or 72 athlete total from 5 qualifying continental events. Those will take place in their weight class in African qualifying tournaments, Asian, European, Oceania, and Pan American. Okay, so there are numbers of pathways there. What are they fighting for? Well, it's the same weight categories that have been in since 2000, the same ones. There'll be 4 men and 4 women, 58 kilogram for men, 68, 80, and over 80, under 80 and over 80. That's the men's. The women are going to be minus 49 kilograms, minus 57 kilograms, minus 67, and over 67. Athletes will advance to the next round by winning the face-to-face eliminatory bouts, and there are 4 medals available per weight category: gold, silver, and 2 bronzes. Very, very similar to everything that we've seen in the past. The dates for that event are August 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th of 2024 in Paris. And as we said, the cutoff for that will be May of 2024. This episode is brought to you by a new sponsor, Legal Document Preparation Professionals. You can look for their information in our show notes. If you're looking for a will, if you're looking for a power of attorney, if you're looking for a uncontested divorce, if you are looking for any type of legal support services where you have an agreement, you don't necessarily know, forming a new corporation, filing some legal pleadings, you don't necessarily need a lawyer, you don't have a lawyer, you don't have money for a lawyer, they will help you. And I've used them. I use them to draft a will. Very, very simple, very, very professional, or if you need a notary. They are not a law firm, nor do they give legal advice. Legal Doc Prep Pros is a legal services company providing assistance to law firms and individuals on their own behalf. You should always consult an attorney for questions regarding your legal rights or legal advice. Legal Doc Prep Pros. Okay, let's see. Taekwondo athletes to watch in Paris. According to this, we have a number of athletes that are going to come in through various channels. Croatia's got some highly ranked athletes right now. Spain has some highly ranked athletes. Serbia, London, of course, Korea, the United States. This is truly the one thing we learned about Tokyo 2020 is that Taekwondo has become more global than ever. There is an Olympic bronze medalist, Jang Jun, is the favorite to return to Team Korea to step on the podium in possibly one last opportunity to win the gold. So this is really starting to heat up, really starting to get exciting. I think Paris is going to be an exciting time. I think one of the things that we need to understand, Tokyo, unfortunately for them, it was delayed a year, and then the pandemic, and then the way the city was behind in vaccinations. So the city was on lockdown. It didn't have the jubilation and the all of the past excitement of prior Olympics. This one hopefully will be a little bit different. The timeline that we're looking for is that you have coming up in December of next year, you have the World Taekwondo Grand Prix final in Manchester. And also in December, the 2023 World Taekwondo Grand Slam Championships. You have in January 2024, you have the World Taekwondo to reallocate any unused spots. Okay, January 2024, the World Taekwondo Olympic, very important, rankings will be published. Based upon those rankings, it'll be very, very close to the Olympics. That'll be the final ranking that will come out prior to the Olympics. So you have really, really a lot that is going on. There's a lot of last minute events in February of 2024 through April of 2024. Asia, Pan Am, European, Africa, all of their qualifying continental qualifiers will be there. And you will have come May, you will have all of the entries there, of which by July 8th, 2024, everything will be set and Paris 2024 will be underway. If you believe that you are on track to, or you would like to be on track in your country to qualify for the Olympics, I suggest you check, if you're in the United States, in USAT. Any other country that you check with your local organization, and that certainly you check with the WT, World Taekwondo, and the IOC. This is an exciting time. We are getting there. We will have a series of videos, as we did for Tokyo. We will have on our YouTube channel a dedicated playlist for announcements that will come out of the IOC regarding Paris 2024, some that relate specifically to Taekwondo and some just relate to the event. My name is Marc Zirogiannis. I look forward to seeing you in Paris, seeing you on the mat. Remember that today's episode is presented to you by and Legal Doc Prep Pros. Be sure to check out both of those fine sponsors. Thank you.